Good morning. My name is Heather Buck, and I am the chair of the Lane County Board of Commissioners. We are standing today in the Lane County COVID-19 Recovery Center. Before I share a few words, I would like to acknowledge that we have state and federal representatives here with us, and they will be speaking shortly after myself. We're joined by Brigadier General D. Peter Helmlinger and Colonel Aaron Dorff, Congressman DeFazio's representative Dan Whalen, Senator James Manning, Representative Nancy Nathanson, and Lane County Commissioner Pat Farr. A few short weeks ago, Lane County identified a need in order to be better prepared for the COVID-19 outbreak in our community. We've moved quickly to identify and obtain a suitable site that would serve as a place for people who don't have the means to keep themselves isolated and recover on their own from a COVID-19 result. A location like this is an important resource in the event of a significant spike in cases, in which we may still experience here in Lane County as we enter phase 1. So that our hospital beds and resources are preserved for those who need acute care rather than simply a safe place to get better. It's not only the prudent thing to do, it's really the right thing to do. Not only for our community, but for the spread of the virus throughout our state. Under normal circumstances, it would take several weeks or months to really change and alter the facility for the means in which it's intended. However, we have some significant partners who have helped us along the way. With the help of our partners at the Oregon Emergency Operations Management, Oregon Health Authority, the FEMA, also known as the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and the United States Army Corps of Engineers, this facility has become a reality in the most efficient and speedy way. Our friends at the Oregon Health Authority, Oregon Emergency Management, and FEMA were quick to evaluate the need in order to use this site for COVID-19. This is our recovery center, and to receive designation as a non-congregate alternative care setting, their help was very significant. We are grateful that the Army Corps Northwestern Division was able to make all the improvements necessary and as a mission and lead the work for this building. Their professionalism, expertise, and partnership have been incredible, and it's through their efforts that we're able to get ready for this particular facility. We also owe a debt of gratitude to the local businesses that have donated supplies for this effort, including Walmart, Home Depot, who donated washers, dryers, and refrigerators and small microwaves, along with St. Vincent de Paul, who have donated several boxes of reading material. And I would be remiss if I did not express our appreciation of our state and federal delegation for their constant advocacy for Lane County and its residents. Please allow me to welcome and introduce the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Portland District Commander, Colonel Aaron Dorff.
Thank you, Chairman Buck. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, elected officials, public servants, citizens of Oregon and Lane County, and private industry partners. I am Colonel Aaron Dorff, the Portland District Commander, and again, I want to thank you for your support on this important project to help in the local COVID-19 fight. The Lane County COVID-19 Recovery Center highlights the success that can only come from teamwork and collaboration across multiple echelons of government. The Portland District, in conjunction with Lane County, the State of Oregon, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, were able to upgrade and convert this former Veterans Affairs facility into an alternative care facility, or what we refer to as an ACF. This project was assessed, designed, and constructed in less than 30 days, all thanks to a well-coordinated efforts from federal, state, county, and private industry construction partners. This is a prime example of what can be accomplished when all levels of government work together for a common good against a common enemy, COVID-19. Today represents and commemorates the Portland District formally passing the torch and handing over the Lane County COVID-19 Recovery Center back to the State of Oregon and Lane County, and its public servants of Lane County who will staff, equip, and manage this facility as part of the Health and Human Services response plan for the region. This alternative care facility will provide the residents of Eugene and Lane County an additional 42-bed healthcare capacity. As Oregonians work together in this global pandemic fight, this extra bed space underscores the seriousness of the COVID-19 situation and pandemic and represents the length local leaders were willing to go to ensure the safety of their citizens. It is important to highlight the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are funded by and working for FEMA as part of an emergency support function to provide public works support and healthcare and human services mission assignment tasking order, which allowed us to do this facility. The Corps of Engineers took an existing facility with pre-existing infrastructure and converted this building into a functioning healthcare facility. During federal emergencies, the Corps of Engineers serves as a lead public works and engineering support agency and provides extensive work building provides extensive work building medical facilities worldwide. And we have both military stakeholders and work for Department of Veterans Affairs, which allows us to be uniquely qualified for this engineering challenge. The Corps of Engineers initially developed 4 basic alternative care facility site configurations. These were to support COVID and non-COVID patients in hotels and large open spaces such as arenas and convention centers. The Corps then expanded this effort to include technical assistance and construction support for reopening existing medical and hospital facilities that were once used and previously closed. The Corps now has the capability and expertise to rapidly adjust alternative care designs and allows us to provide a variety of patient space options to alleviate stress on city and regional healthcare systems in pandemic hotspots. Across the United States, the Corps has delivered more than 37 contracts for alternative care facilities in 17 states, 1 tribal nation, 1 territory in the District of Columbia. This includes over 1,000 site assessments with 64 FEMA mission assignments as of today. Overall, more than 1,000 U.S. Army Corps of Engineer employees have been deployed to assist in this effort. I am proud not only to be part of this team, but to be able to support the local effort here in Eugene with fellow members of the Portland District team. Essayons is the Corps of Engineers motto and means let us try. Hopefully we have tried, succeeded, and delivered a quality, upgraded alternative care facility that will serve the citizens of Lane County well. Again, thank you for your partnership. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Dan Whalen, representing Congressman DeFazio.
Thank you, Colonel. Congressman DeFazio is in Washington, D.C. today, so he asked me to send this following message. To those in attendance today and those attending virtually, I am currently in Washington, D.C. and cannot be in Eugene today to recognize in person the incredible work done by Lane County, FEMA, the Oregon Health Authority, the Oregon Office of Emergency Management, and the Army Corps of Engineers to stand up the Lane County COVID-19 Recovery Center. I will be voting today on the 5th and largest relief package, the HEROES Act, that aims to provide the next round of critical funding to meet the growing needs of communities across the country during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. This facility has special meaning to me. In the early 1990s, the Veterans Healthcare Administration wanted to provide care closer to where veterans reside with community-based outpatient clinics, otherwise known as CBOCs. I convinced the VA to open the first CBOC in the Pacific Northwest here in Eugene after hearing from veterans that the small decade-old satellite clinic on 8th Avenue had become inadequate. I was here when we broke ground for this clinic in the June of 1997. The clinic served Oregon veterans well until we built a larger current clinic on Chad Drive to meet the growing needs of veterans in our community. Today, COVID-19 is a dire threat to the health and wellness of all Oregonians, and our vulnerable unhoused residents are at greater health risk from the impacts of this devastating illness. This facility has been transformed, and again, it will meet the health and wellness needs of our community. I am proud that my staff could work with Lane County and help navigate the process of that transformation. Today, the House of Representatives will pass legislation that will enable Lane County to be fully reimbursed for 100% of the renovations, and I will continue to work with Lane County to be sure federal funds will be used to reimburse its purchase price. I applaud the leadership and cooperation that made this recovery center possible and available to serve the unhoused in record time. My thanks as well to the local businesses and organizations for their support and participation in this critically important project. We will get through this unprecedented healthcare crisis by working together, and this facility is the solid proof that we can do that. Thank you and congratulations, Congressman Peter DeFazio. Okay. And I'm happy to introduce State Senator James Manning.
Thank you. I'm State Senator James Manning. This facility is in my district, Senate District 7, and as a veteran, I remember that I used to come and get my treatment here at this facility. I am so happy to see that Lane County has worked so diligently in order to provide more meaning for the use of this facility. I remember back in March the 31st, I came over earlier along with my colleague, Representative Nancy Nathanson, and Lane County Commissioners Farr and Heather Buck, and Lane County staff, and we did a tour of this facility. Well, I also recall on the 8th of March when this pandemic, Corona, hit our state as well as the nation, and the governor declared an emergency. Lane County got in front of everything by reaching out, trying to find an alternative care site, and this was available. So I listened to the plans, and I see that since the Army Corps of Engineers, thank you very much for all of your work that you continue to do. FEMA shows that this is a joint project along with Lane County. The money that they have spent is astronomical on the speed in order to get this facility up and ready for occupancy, I understand, within a week. This is outstanding work. You've heard from Congressman DeFazio his intentions of what he's planning to do with federal money. I'm also on the state joint emergency board. We will be meeting today in order to get funding for this project. This was an expense that Lane County did not plan on, but yet they jumped to the occasion. Under the CARES Act, this is the kind of project that these federal dollars are geared toward. So I'm looking forward to casting my vote in favor of it, reimbursing Lane County for their expenditures, but more importantly, I still would like to give my thanks and gratitude to our Corps of Engineers, FEMA, the staff here at Lane County, our commissioners have been on board, and also my colleague, Representative Nancy Nathanson, who will be joining me right after I wipe this podium down.
Thank you, Senator Manning. I'm Nancy Nathanson. I represent House District 13, which is primarily North Eugene and a lot of downtown Eugene. Reduce, reuse, recycle is a phrase common to many Oregonians, and to that one, let's add and repurpose. I visited this building in its earlier life when it was serving veterans, and then just a few weeks ago, I was here with Senator Manning and some county commissioners. We met at a distance with what I would call a rapid strike force. The building was about to be foreclosed, and very quickly you see how it turned around from being a potential liability to a community asset. I have long worked on ways to make government work smarter. That means reducing red tape, breaking down silos, and this is a great example where you involve many levels of government where we broke down those silos, everyone worked together, local, state, and federal. It shows how to get to yes when everyone working coast to coast, Washington, D.C., way out here to Lane County, worked together. They rolled up their sleeves, they worked, and the stars aligned. Our constituents really aren't interested in the color of a uniform that someone is wearing. They're not interested in which government agency logo is on a letterhead or on a sign. What they're interested in is knowing that someone's going to sit down and work out the solution. They want to know that someone's going to show up when they need help. As the legislature ended the session in March, we were poised to allocate funds for some very critical needs, and Lane County was on that list. That list was to increase shelter capacity and add navigation centers for homeless persons. Lane County has now tapped its very scarce resources to meet a need in a critical emergency, but done it in such a smart way to serve a good purpose for years to come. Senator Manning and I will be working together. We'll be talking with our colleagues as the legislature starts to work again, whenever and however that is. We'll be working on behalf of Oregonians to meet their critical needs. Army Corps of Engineers, FEMA, Lane County, well done. Thank you. And now, Commissioner Pat Farr, who I want to take a moment to introduce Commissioner Pat Farr. And Commissioner Farr and I have worked together for so many years, we're not going to count them anymore, but we've served together and sat around tables for a couple of decades solving problems. Commissioner Farr.
Good morning, and whoops. Sorry. Thanks, Nancy. Thank you, Representative Nathanson. You know, you and I have served together for 8 years, I'm counting, on the Eugene City Council, and a quarter of a century, actually, since then. Can you believe how far that our work has progressed since those early days? It's remarkable, isn't it? And you talked about us being in this building 4 or 5 weeks ago, walking around. Hard to believe what the Corps of Engineers has accomplished here, along with the partners that have already been mentioned. Wow, it's amazing. I can't believe it. And thank you, Senator Manning. You know, you and I served together today on the Bethel School District Budget Committee. I love that work. But we also served together in the U.S. Army in different theaters at different times. I was a company commander, a rifle company commander in the infantry in the U.S. Army. Senator Manning was a command sergeant major. You may know that rifle company commanders lead their troops into battle up to their neck in water. Command sergeant majors walk on water. Thank you, Senator, for your service. As a passionate advocate for services to the unhoused, who are among our most vulnerable people in our community, and as the commissioner who represents this district, I'm pleased to be here to dedicate this building, or to take over the keys of the building. Being able to provide a safe place to recover from COVID-19 for our unhoused neighbors is a critical piece in ensuring Lane County continue to fight the virus and protect the health of all. We could not have accomplished this without an incredible group of people and an incredible amount of help It's been wonderful to see not only our community members, but our governments as well come together to work efficiently and quickly on behalf of Lane County residents. There are a few individuals who stand head and shoulders above the rest of the efforts to get this facility built. The people I'm prepared to call forward embody our Lane County purpose, which improves lives. You don't want to hear what I'm going to say. You want to see the people that I'm going to call forward. They're the ones that did the work. I just get to talk about it. And sometimes I stumble over my words trying to talk about it because they did so much. It's remarkable. It's absolutely unbelievable how far we came. So it's my pleasure to present each of them. Excuse me. To present each of them with a coveted Lane County Challenge coin. Now, I don't have one of these, but you're all going to get one. It's remarkable. If you can see this, it has our covered bridge on the back and the Lane County logo on the front. Very few of these are handed out, only in extreme valor, extreme situations. So the first I'd like to call forward is Army Corps Brigadier General Peter Helminger, Commander of the Northwest Division. Sir. I'm out of uniform, so I will not salute you, sir.
Well, thank you, Chairman. It's really an honor to receive this.
It is.
We're very proud of our partnership with Lane County.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Second is Army Corps Alternate Care Facility Task Force Officer in Charge and Portland District Commander Aaron Dorff. Colonel Dorff.
Well, vote this well. Make sure we do this proper. Commissioner, thank you very much. This means a lot. And again, I'm happy for our partnership. And we've had a long partnership, and we will continue to have a long partnership as we manage water and recreation and other resources as well. So again, I want to thank you for this. It means a lot.
I'll be out at your dam, Fern Ridge, this weekend. Thank you. Next is Army Corps Project Manager Jeff Hicks. I like your shirt style. I love it, as a matter of fact. We must shop at the same tailor.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Next, we have one for, Army Corps Project Administrative Contracting Officer, Major Enoch Dixon. Major Dixon, sir. Sir, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I have a coin for Scott Annis, the Project Administrative Contracting Officer who could not be here today. So this one I'll hold in reserve. And last, I reserve this one for last, is the person who I really looked at as we moved through this project, the man whose boots were on the ground at all times, gave me a tour of the facility. This man does far more than emergency preparation of buildings. This man really helps keep that beat of Lane County going. I'd like to bring up Captain Jeff Kincaid. Now, I said that I was a rifle company commander. Jeff actually is in command of 3 companies currently. 3 companies, 1 captain. Jeff. Now, we all thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This is really, once again, this is an amazing moment. I believe we're going to take a few questions, and for the questions, I believe that Jason Davis will step forward. But Jason, I'm going to clean up for you, I think. Thank you very much. I got the best part, didn't I, giving out the coins?
Thank you, Commissioner Farr, and thank you to the Army Corps of Engineers for being here and for all the work you've done. We will take any questions from members of the media at this time. We currently have none. I will hang out here for a few more seconds and allow those to come in. All right, radio silence. I guess we must have communicated it effectively. We will have information about this site on our website where you can learn more and we'll be doing some follow-up on this. So thank you for joining us.